welcome to the Resources Roadhouse. I'm Wally Graham, and today I'm joined by Allan Kelly, Executive Chairman of Miramar Resources. So, Allan, you've just put out an announcement about some results on your Gizzy joint venture up there, some drilling results. Let's start with that, and we'll go on to other things after.
Sure. Yeah, we've obviously been pretty busy at Gizzy since we listed, sort of just on 18 months ago. But one of the things that's sort of hurting people at the moment is the long turnaround in assays from the labs. So we finally got our results from our April drilling program at Gizzy and put those out over the last couple of weeks. And, you know, to date, we've outlined 4 really large air core gold footprints at the sort of central part of the Gizzy project. So you've got the Marylebone East target, you've got the Marylebone West target, you've got the Blackfriars target, and now a 4th one, which we call Highway, because it straddles the Goldfields Highway. And each of those targets is at least sort of 1 kilometre to 1.5 kilometres long, multiple 1, 2 gram, 5 gram hits, and each of them has got results up to sort of 11, 12 grams. The Highway target, which is the newest one, that's about 1 kilometre long. There's multiple 1 to 2 gram hits there, up to sort of 3 grams. But the key thing there is that it's open and long strike, so we haven't closed that off yet.
All right, and it's a bit of a shame, like, you're not the only ones going through this, of course, and the poor old labs are just working their bums off. But not being able to get the results through quick enough, it really does hinder you when it comes to sort of developing the picture of what's emerging at the project.
Yeah, that's right, and it's not just the assay turnaround. So if you think of the cycle of exploration, you know, you come up with a target, you apply for a program of work approval with the mines department, and then you find a rig to go and drill it, and then you submit the samples to the lab and you get the assays. Well, each of those processes is being really dragged out at the moment. It's taking a long time to get approvals from the mines department. It's taking a long time to find a rig. And then when you actually start drilling, it's taking a long time to get the results back. So, you know, that's one of the things that is good about Miramar, is that we've got a number of other projects that we can be working on while we're waiting on results. So, but it is very frustrating because you need those results to then plan the next round of drilling. And then, of course, your cycle starts again. You've got to find a rig, get the approvals, and then get on the ground.
All right, just before we do move on to the other projects, so the drilling results that you've got, the Highway ones, the recent ones, and how they've meshed in with the rest of the project there. So
Yeah.
what are the next steps?
Well, actually next week we're starting a big air core program at Barara North, which is the sort of northern 4 kilometres of strike of the project that we haven't done any work on yet. Now that drilling, that geology of that Barara North target looks very similar to Marylebone, Blackfriars and Highway. So we're hoping that we get some good results out of that. But the key difference is the depth of cover. Where we've been drilling at the moment at Marylebone and Highway and Blackfriars, we have the Gizzy Paleo channel that runs across the top. So that's like an ancient riverbed that can go down to about 50 or 60 metres. Whereas up at Barara North, the cover looks like it's only sort of 20 to 30 metres. So hopefully that drilling should go pretty quick, and hopefully we see pretty good results from that as well.
All right, so moving on to the other projects, what's happening there?
Yeah, so we've actually got about 4 drilling programs kicking off in the next week or so. As we just talked about, we've got about a 200 air core hole program at Barara North. It's about 12,000 metres of drilling that will happen up there. We've also got a diamond rig that has just arrived on site at our Glandor project, which is about 40 kilometres east of Kalgoorlie. That's a really great project. It's got a target called Glandor East, which is one of the highest priority targets in the IPO. That's got high-grade diamond results up to 6 metres at 30 grams that have never been followed up. So we've got the little lake rig to go out there, track-mounted rig. We actually had to mobilise it from Mount Isa in Queensland to get it over here. And that program will test that high-grade mineralisation. It's about 7 holes, about 1,000 metres of diamond drilling, and that'll take sort of 4 to 6 weeks to complete that. We've also got a small air core program planned at Randalls, which is a bit further out again. That will be the rig that we're using at Barara North. And then I'm heading to Onslow next week for an air core program at our whale shark project. Now, this is a big IOCG target, like Ernest Henry or Prominent Hill, something like that. You'll remember last year we did some geochem sampling and defined some copper uranium rare earth anomalism. The cover depth is only sort of 50 to 100 metres deep. So what we're going to do is get an air core rig and just drill through the cover sequence down to the unconformity and see if we can get geochem anomalism that will help us define deeper bedrock targets there. So that's about 130 holes, and that should take us about 4 weeks as well. So sort of by the end of next week, we should have probably 3 rigs going. So August, September is going to be a very busy time for the company, everyone out bush.
You've certainly, since listing in 2020, you've certainly, kept the drill bit spinning. You haven't left the shareholders in any doubt of your intentions.
Yeah, no, you find things by drilling holes, and you don't always, the holes are not always successful, but you have to go out and drill them. And I'm very proud to say that, since we listed, we've been spending our money on the ground. I think we've spent an average of 75 to 80% of our cash flow has been on active exploration. We're a small company. We don't have a lot of overheads. So we recognise that the best way to create value for our shareholders is get out and test things and find things.
Oh, well, and hopefully for the sake of you and sake of your shareholders, that proves successful. All right, well, it appears there's going to be a lot of news coming through once everything goes to the labs and comes back and all the rest of it, and we can get it all out there. But of course, the old story, make sure you keep in touch and make sure you let us know what's going on. And so we can bring it to the readers and viewers here. And as always, Allan Kelly, great pleasure. Look forward to catching up next time.
Great. Thanks a lot, Wally.